The story begins with a young boy named Ivan, who went hunting with his grandfather in a cold region of Russia. Ivan's grandfather tied his horse with bait, so that if any animal came to hunt the horse, Ivan could kill it with his sniper rifle. However, when a wolf appeared, Ivan became frightened and missed his target. The story then moves to the present day, when Ivan had become a soldier in the Russian army. It was 1942, the year World War II had begun. By then, Hitler had conquered half of Europe. Hitler's next target was to capture Russia, but to do so, he would have to pass through a city called Stalingrad. This task was not so easy. The Russian Red Army was already stationed in Stalingrad. However, the Red Army's strength was low. Therefore, many Russian soldiers were sent by train to Stalingrad to join the Red Army and defeat the German army. Ivan was also included. As soon as the soldiers arrived in Stalingrad, all of them were put in boats so they could cross the river and go to the battlefield. But before they could cross the river, many German planes attacked their boats. Many Russian boats sank in this attack, and many Russian soldiers died. But luckily, Ivan survived the attack and somehow reached the shore. Due to this attack, many weapons of the Russian army were washed away in the water, so the senior officers divided all the soldiers into groups of two, where one person in each group was given a rifle, and the other was given bullets for that rifle. During this time, Ivan got only a few bullets and his companion got one rifle. If Ivan also wanted a gun, he would have to kill a German soldier and take his gun from him. As soon as the orders were received, the Russian army attacked the German soldiers and started advancing rapidly. Meanwhile, the German soldiers also responded to this attack and rained bombs on the Russian army. In this attack, many Russian soldiers were killed, and Ivan's comrade was among them. Ivan tried to pick up his comrade's rifle, but another soldier pushed him away and took it before him. Meanwhile, the German soldiers began to overwhelm the Russian soldiers, and seeing this, many Russians fled for their lives. However, upon returning, senior Russian officers killed them because they were fleeing the battle. After a few hours of fighting, German soldiers captured Stalingrad, and the entire city was filled with the dead bodies of Russian soldiers. Meanwhile, when a Russian vehicle passed through Stalingrad, German soldiers attacked it with a tank. But before the vehicle could explode, a Russian officer named Danny Loff emerged from inside. This man printed newspapers for the Russian army. Before the German army could catch him, Danny Loff got out of his vehicle and hid among the dead bodies of Russian soldiers. When the German soldiers approached him, they opened fire on all the surrounding bodies. Although Danny Loff was lucky, he wasn't hit by a single bullet, but the surrounding bodies made him vomit. As soon as the German soldiers left, Danny Loff crawled forward and saw a German officer who was about to take a bath. Seeing this, he picked up a gun lying nearby and started aiming at the German officer. Just then, a living man emerged from among the corpses. This man was none other than Ivan. Ivan forbade Danny from firing and told him to wait for a missile to land so that the explosion would prevent anyone from hearing the gunshot. However, Danny Loff was afraid to fire, so he handed the rifle to Ivan and asked him to kill the German officer. Ivan took the rifle and started aiming at the German officer. As soon as a missile exploded, Ivan killed the German officer with a headshot. Due to the explosion, no one heard the gunshot. As soon as the next explosion occurred, he killed another soldier, this time a different German. The soldier saw him and immediately lay down on the ground and tried to throw a bomb at Ivan, but Ivan killed him in time. The last soldier present sensed something was amiss, so he ran away. Ivan stood his ground and killed the last German soldier. The two then arrived at the Russian army headquarters, where Danny Loff published an article in the newspaper describing how Ivan killed 4 German soldiers and a German commander. Next, we see the Russian army commander, who was very tense because the Russian army's defenses had weakened significantly over the past few months. The commander called a meeting and asked the senior officers for a way to boost his army's morale so that his soldiers could confront the Germans and free Stalingrad from German hands. Danny Loff told the commander that if they wanted to win the war, they must instill hope in the hearts of their soldiers, and for this, they needed a hero. Here, Danny Loff told the commander about Ivan and proposed publishing his story in the newspaper to awaken hope in the hearts of the Russian army and inspire the country's youth to emulate Ivan. The commander liked the idea and decided to act on it. Danny Loff published Ivan's story in the newspaper, and Ivan quickly became a hero to the entire nation. He was transferred to a sniper team. After joining the sniper team, Ivan killed 33 German soldiers and forced 13 German commanders to resign their ranks. Days passed like this, and Ivan killed German officers one by one. One day, while Ivan was on a mission, he met a little boy named Sasha. Remember this child, because he will give a new twist to this entire story. Sasha was overjoyed to see Ivan and brought him home. Sasha's mother was also overjoyed to see Ivan and took great care of him. After a while, Danny Loff also came to Sasha's house and showed Ivan all the letters his fans had sent him. Then a girl named Tanya came to Sasha's house. Tanya, also a Russian soldier, protected Russians from German soldiers. Danny Loff immediately fell in love with Tanya, but Tanya admired Ivan and constantly listened to stories of his bravery. Next, we see the new commander of the German army, who hired the world's most dangerous sniper and gave him a contract to kill Ivan. This sniper was named Konig. By now, Konig had killed more than 100 targets. Konig immediately got down to work, and by the end of the day, he had killed 5 Russian soldiers. The next day, Ivan's comrades told him that they had seen seen a German sniper in a building in the city. Upon hearing this, Ivan went to the scene with one of his comrades and began searching for the German sniper. After a few attempts, Ivan spotted the German sniper and killed him with a headshot. He then took his companion inside the building to confirm the kill, but upon entering, he discovered that the man was not a sniper but a dummy. Before he could think of anything, German planes attacked the building in which Ivan and his companion were present. Ivan's companion became frightened and began running around. Although Ivan tried to calm him down, it was to no avail. As the soldier tried to escape, the German sniper, Konig, killed him. After the attack, Ivan somehow managed to reach his headquarters and told Danny Loft the whole story. Danny Loft told him that the sniper who attacked them was named Konig, and that the German commander had contracted Konig to kill them. The next day, Ivan and his companions received news that a German unit was hiding in an abandoned building in the city. Upon receiving this news, Ivan and 2 of his comrades set out to kill the German soldiers. However, as they approached the building, some German soldiers attacked them with machine guns. Ivan and his comrades ran inside the building to save their lives, and luckily, all 3 survived. Ivan then went to the first floor of the building and began targeting the German soldiers. During this time, he cut the telephone line so that the German soldiers could not call for backup from their headquarters. Ivan knew that if the 3 of them left in broad daylight, the German soldiers would kill them. So the 3 decided to hide in the building until evening. Since they were very hungry, they decided to eat something, but unfortunately, they had left their soup on the ground floor of the building. One of Ivan's comrades went to retrieve the soup without informing them. As soon as he left the building, a group of German soldiers captured him. Konig then asked the soldier about Ivan. When he didn't tell Konig anything, he dressed the soldier in a German army uniform and sent him to repair the phone line. Ivan's partner, Lykov, noticed a German soldier trying to repair the broken wire. However, this soldier was not a German soldier, but their own friend who had gone out of the building to get soup. Lykov's location was discovered. After waiting for several hours, Ivan and Lykov pulled a helmet out of the window so that if Konig was nearby, he would shoot the helmet and reveal his position. However, Konig was aware of their trick, so he didn't fire. This made Ivan and Lykov think that perhaps Konig wasn't around. As soon as they jumped to the other side of the building, Konig shot Lykov, killing him instantly. Ivan was deeply saddened by this and returned to his base with a heavy heart. Disappointed, Ivan told Danny Loft that he couldn't fight that German sniper because he was much smarter and cleverer than him. Here, Danny Loft tried to encourage Ivan and told him that very soon they would find out the whereabouts of Konig, and then killing him would be no big deal. Next, we see Konig reading about Ivan in a Russian newspaper, while Sasha polishes his shoes. Sasha was a double agent, pretending to be a German spy while secretly passing information about the German soldiers to the Russian army. Konig gave Sasha the newspaper and asked him to translate it into German. Sasha translated the newspaper into German, praising Ivan's bravery and sniper skills. During the conversation, Sasha told Konig that he had met Ivan and that Ivan visited his home regularly. Hearing this, Konig lured the boy with food and asked him about the hideout from where Ivan carried out his missions. To maintain Konig's trust, Sasha told him Ivan's location, from where Ivan secretly hunted German soldiers. Upon receiving this information, Konig went to the hideout and lay in wait for Ivan. Meanwhile, Sasha was waiting for Ivan. When Ivan arrived, Sasha told him everything about Konig's plan. After learning all this, Ivan also set out for the hideout. To outsmart Konig, he began moving through a pipeline. Konig was aiming at the main gate when he heard noises coming from the pipeline. Upon hearing this, he immediately changed his position and waited for whoever was in the pipeline to come out. As soon as Ivan and his companion emerged, Konig fired at them. Ivan's companion was injured in the attack, and Ivan dropped his rifle. However, Ivan took cover in time and told his companion to return to headquarters. He then tied his knife to a rope and tried to pull his rifle back, but Konig fired, severing the rope in 2. At that very moment, German planes bombed the area, causing glass fragments from the building to fall around Ivan. Konig saw Ivan's reflection in the glass fragments and lay in wait for Ivan to make even the slightest movement, ready to shoot him. Meanwhile, Ivan's injured comrade arrived at headquarters and told Danny Loft and Tanya everything. Upon hearing this, Tanya picked up a gun and immediately ran to Ivan's aid. She passed through the pipeline and reached Ivan. As soon as she emerged from the pipeline, Ivan shouted to her, telling her Konig's location and telling her to hide behind the pipes. Ivan used his brain and told Tanya to point a mirror at Konig, pointing it at him. Tanya did the same, shining a piece of glass into Konig's eyes. This blinded Konig for a few seconds. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Ivan picked up his gun and shot Konig in the hand. Konig fled immediately after being shot. Ivan and Tanya returned to their headquarters. That evening, they celebrated their small victory, and the other Russian soldiers praised Ivan for accurately hitting Konig within seconds. After this, Ivan and Danny laughed together. Ivan approached him and refused to publish his story in the newspaper. Ivan said that he didn't want to be a war hero and wanted to fight this war as a simple sniper. Danny Loft told him that he had to become a war hero because hearing his stories motivated all the soldiers in the Russian army. After this, Danny Loft called Sasha, who told Ivan that when he cleaned Konig's shoes, he noticed yellow mud on them, and this kind of mud usually occurred around chemical factories. Sasha then took him to the chemical factory, where Ivan hid among the dead bodies of Russian soldiers and waited for Konig. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Ivan fell asleep, and while he was fast asleep, Konig passed right in front of him. At the same time, a German soldier was stealing wallets from the dead Russian soldiers. While doing so, his hand landed on Ivan, and assuming Ivan to be dead, the soldier took his wallet from his pocket. Ivan stayed still because if he made even the slightest movement, the German soldier would have killed him. The German soldier then went to his commander and showed him Ivan's ID card. Seeing the ID card, the commander was convinced that Ivan was dead, so he called Konig to him and asked him to pack his belongings. On the other hand, when the Russian commander received the news of Ivan's death, the ground slipped from under his feet. He called for Danilov and asked him to suppress this news because if the Russian army learned that their hero had been killed by the Germans, they would all be devastated. After this, Danilov went to Tanya and informed her of Ivan's death. At first, Tanya did not believe it, but when she heard the news of Ivan's death on German radio, it was as if her heart sank. On the other hand, we see Konig getting his shoes cleaned by Sasha. During this, Sasha had tears in his eyes because he was very sad about Ivan's death. Seeing this, Konig became suspicious, wondering why a supposed German spy like Sasha would be so sad about the death of a Russian soldier. To test Sasha's loyalty, Konig calmly told him that Ivan was still alive because he had not killed him yet. Then Konig told Sasha that he had found a very good place near the railway station from where he could see the entire Stalingrad, and that tomorrow morning he would go there to try to find Ivan. Sasha immediately went to Danilov and told him everything about Konig's new hideout. Upon receiving this news, Tanya immediately left for the station because she wanted to avenge Ivan's death by killing Konig. After some time, Ivan reached his headquarters, and everyone was shocked to see him alive. When Ivan came to know that Tanya had gone to the station to kill Konig, he ran after her to save her life. On the other hand, we see Konig, who was hiding and waiting for Ivan. Then his eyes fell on a man with a sniper rifle on his back, and he was moving forward. Konig mistook this man for Ivan and waited for him to come out, but in reality, this man was not Ivan, but Tanya. Before Tanya could leave, Ivan stopped her at the last moment. Tanya was overjoyed to see Ivan alive. During their conversation, Tanya confessed her love for him. They kissed. The next morning, Sasha arrived at the station to meet Ivan, where Konig was already waiting. Konig had already figured out that Sasha was a double agent and had betrayed the Germans. Konig then killed Sasha and hung her body in the middle of the city. When Tanya saw Sasha's dead body, she flew into a rage and picked up her gun to kill Konig. Ivan stopped her and promised her that he would avenge Sasha by killing Konig. Afterward, German soldiers attacked the Stalingrad, causing chaos. Seeing all this, Tanya went to Sasha's mother to ask her to take them on a boat and get them out of the city. Tanya lied to Sasha's mother, saying that Sasha betrayed Russia and joined hands with German soldiers. Afterward, they all ran for the boat, but midway, a German missile landed directly near Tanya, leaving her severely injured. A doctor examined Tanya and declared that her survival was now impossible. Hearing this, Danilov was heartbroken. He deeply loved Tanya and felt responsible for her death. Danilov then went to Ivan and informed him of Tanya's death. Ivan was also deeply saddened by this news, and tears welled up in his eyes. To find out Konig's location, Danilov exposed himself, and upon seeing this, Konig shot him. Konig thought he might have killed Ivan, but Ivan remained hidden for the next several hours. When Konig saw no movement, he began to go to the scene to confirm the kill. As soon as he crossed the railway line, his vehicle sank. His gaze fell on Ivan, who was waiting for him with a gun drawn. Here, Konig accepted his defeat and showed respect to Ivan by taking off his cap. Without delay, Ivan headshotted Konig and placed his gun near Danilov's body as a mark of respect. 2 months after this incident, the Russian army drove out the Germans and recaptured the Stalingrad. A few days later, Ivan received a letter from Tanya in which she informed him that she was admitted to a hospital and was much better than before. After this, Ivan went to meet Tanya, and seeing her alive before his eyes brought him back to life. I hope you liked today's story. If you liked this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments whether you like longer videos like this or if I should work on shorter ones. If you've seen this video till here, thank you so much. See you in the next video, but until then, be safe and keep chilling.